You're listening to Josh on Classic Hits 92.5 KVPI, and joining us by phone is director of Creed 2, Stephen Caple Jr. Good morning, Stephen.
Hey, how's it going?
Going well. Creed is a spin-off and sequel to the iconic Rocky films. Explain to our listeners where Creed 2 picks up following the events from the first film.
Well, we have Adonis Creed, who's now becoming world champ. Fighting this guy named Andre Ward, but also Danny Wheeler, played by Andre Ward. And it's a story about, these new characters coming into town, wanting to take on Adonis and challenge him. They go by the name of the Dragos. And, Ivan Drago, who killed Adonis Creed's father, Apollo Creed, back in 1986. Is here to avenge, his name, and he lost to Rocky back in the day, so now he wants revenge, ultimately.
What was your reaction when you found out that you would be directing this film, Creed 2?
It was mixed emotions, man. I think at first you get this kind of like, oh, this is flattering, this is like, I'm honored that I'm requested, to direct Creed 2, but at the same time there was a bit of worry, dealing with a project like this at this stature, and so much pressure and expectations behind the project. People wanted to be just as good as the first one. Ryan Coogler did a fantastic job. Sly did a fantastic job with the franchise and making sure it's put live, even with Balboa. And so just the expectations of bringing back all these characters and trying to elevate their storylines and bring them to a new place was a challenge. And so that became a little scary at first. But when you step into the reins of the franchise and realize everyone's sort of family, to put things in an easier perspective for you, and you're able to do what you need to do so far trying to execute the project.
Speaking of challenges, what are some of those challenges that come with directing a movie like Creed 2?
The fact that it's the 8th one franchise, you try to figure out, what can you do differently for a boxing match? What has Rocky not experienced? What hasn't he experienced?
Right.
Those are some like the quick, off-the-top challenges, and then beyond that, just figuring out where you can sprinkle your own voice and put your own stamp and visual style to the project that hasn't been done before, or that can help add and complement the franchise, not necessarily geared in a certain direction that feels off. Those are probably the main ones, man. And then obviously just time. Always, I got brought onto the project just before we started doing prep, and I didn't have too much time to do much diving into the research or how to learn how to do boxing. Or capture boxing on screen, but Sylvester Stallone helped out a lot with that.
As director, what were some of the touches that you kind of wanted to add to the sequel, and what are some of the aspects from the first film that you wanted to just kind of build off of?
I wanted to build off the characters. That was a big thing I wanted to do. I wanted to make sure that you felt this gradual and organic shift from Creed 1 to Creed 2. But then my own stamp was to elevate the stakes. I think to show the maturity in Adonis Creed and the relationship. I think we dove into Bianca's character a little bit more in this one, just to showcase what she was going through with her hearing loss and having a baby and her career. And then when I brought in the Dragos, something I felt like wasn't necessarily done in the past was really dive into the villain's, perspective, I guess. Making sure that they were layered and dimensional, making sure that you saw where they were coming from. Usually a Rocky villain is very much, I'm going to break you or I'm going to smash your face in, and that's it. Whereas this one, they had reasoning for wanting to smash this dude's face in. We may have not agreed with it at first, but maybe we'll, understand it, I guess, as the story progresses.
Well, I think you did a great job. I love the movie. And before we go, any chance we get to see maybe a Creed 3, and would you like to be a part of it?
I would love to be a part of the franchise, man. One, because everyone's family and it's all love. So I do think there is going to be a Creed 3. Where they're going to take it, I'm not sure just yet. I heard whispers a bit here and there, so I can't say anything. But I think people are really excited about it. Like, everyone behind the scenes are really excited about trying to take the franchise further and see something to the fans. So, yeah, both. Yes, I think it's a Creed 3, and yeah, hopefully I will be a part of the franchise moving forward.
Awesome. We have been talking with Creed 2 director Stephen Caple Jr. You can see Creed 2 in theaters now. Be sure to check it out, especially this weekend while you can. Stephen, thanks again for chatting with us.
Oh, man, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate this.